Hey friends, welcome back to Llama Mama Kayla's Yarn Tube. I'm Kayla. Thanks for stopping by for a visit today. It is Wednesday, which is usually Crochet Whip Wednesday or What You Working On Wednesday. Well, today I worked on the yarn room. Worked on this wall back here some. My little neighbor friends, Zeke and Evie, they came down and helped me, and they were such a huge help. I appreciate them so much. We didn't get it all done. They only had a little bit of time after they had finished their schoolwork and before they had to go to church tonight. So, they just had a little bit of time to come and help me, but gosh, I appreciate the help they did, which was kind of funny because I didn't think about this and I forgot until we got in here, and then it dawned on me, Zeke is colorblind. He can tell some of the colors, but then some he just, was putting them in the wrong place, and his sister Evie was getting on to him. It was just funny. It was really comical watching them. But I appreciate those kids so much. There's a shelf section right here. That shelf there, that hasn't even been touched yet, so there has yarns on there that will be moved for sure. And all that shelf, that whole shelf is going to be different later, and this here too. So we got a lot done, but we're just still need to work on a few more things. I got yarn in general places that it's going to go, except for that one shelf. But yeah, I appreciate those kids helping me so very much. It's been a pretty good Wednesday. I took a nap, and then when I woke up from a nap, I had a text from their mom that said they wanted to come down and help me. And so I told her, she asked what time, and I said anytime that they're available is good. And so they had to finish up their schoolwork. She probably uses that as a motivation to finish your schoolwork and you can go to Miss Kayla's. I don't know. That's what I would have done. But anyway, I wanted to share something with you guys that I organized my crochet hooks. This is an old sugar mold. I have bought and sold many of these sugar molds in my life. My boys and I used to have flea market booths, and when we would come across these old sugar molds at different places, I would buy them and then resell them in my flea market booths. But we kept a few. Each of my kids had one that they put pens and art pencils and markers and stuff like that in, that they kept on their desk. And then I have one that I think I have candles in. I'm not really even sure where that's at, or if I even still have it, but I had one at one time that I was using to put candles in it. But if you don't know, let me just take a couple of these out to kind of show you. These are old sugar molds. They would stuff these. They go down narrow at the bottom, and they would stuff these molds with sugar cane and make the molds for sugar. And so, that was done like in the sugar cane plantations and stuff like that. So sometimes you can find these around, estate sales or farm sales or different things like that. And so just over the years, I've picked them up and resold them many times, but Elijah left his. Yeah, he left it full of pins and stuff. And so Zeke's older sister went through and picked out whatever pins or markers or whatever she wanted out of the bunch. And then I told her just throw the rest away, but I wanted to keep the container. And so she threw all those markers and stuff away and set that aside for me. And I put my crochet hooks in it. And I like how it turned out. Put these back in here now. So I'm going to have this here at my desk in the yarn room. And then I also, have a few crochet hooks and in the parlor at my desk in there. So yeah, so I like it. I like how it it looks cute, and organizing my crochet hooks, keeping like hooks together. At my desk in the parlor, I have just random cups, cute little cups or whatever, and I have crochet hooks in those. So I'll probably put the crochet hooks I use the most in there, and I don't know. I'll play around with it and see what works best for me. So I hope you all have been having a great day. I'm tired, even though I did not do a whole lot. I'm just exhausted. I'm just exhausted. Yesterday, Big Daddy had his doctor's appointment, and as it got closer to the time for him to come pick me up, I was like, I gotta go lay down. I'm wore out. I can't do this, and I hadn't even done anything. And so, but I was like, I gotta lay down. So I tried to call him to tell him not to pick me up, just go on to his appointment, but he didn't answer. He's deaf. He can't hear the phone ringing. He has to see the light flashing on it. And that's from years and years of working in a plant with loud machines and shooting guns and such. So he is very hard of hearing. And so he came on and picked me up, and I was like, okay. I went on. We went to the doctor's appointment. He had a good appointment. She is put in a referral to get him an appointment with a pulmonary doctor. And I think we'll get somewhere then with his, having difficulty breathing all the time. So, as we left the hospital, he looked on his phone when we got in the truck or something, and he said, oh, Bake 318's got 20 or 30, I forgot, % off of their Valentine's stuff or whatever. He said, you want to go over there? And I was, not really, but I'm never going to turn down a chance to see one of my kids, right? So I said, yeah, we can ride over there, because we were going over to that area anyway to go somewhere else. And so we went over and saw Dakota, and Jody ended up buying some chocolate covered strawberries. He might have bought something else for himself, but we chatted with Dakota for a minute. They have been super busy with Valentine's orders and stuff. And then so we left there, and Big Daddy was like, where do you think you could eat something at? And I was like, oh, I don't know. And I told him I could probably eat some carrot souffle at Piccadilly. I said, if you want to go to Dollar Tree and Hobby Lobby now while we're over here on this side of the river, and then we can go eat. He said, no, I gotta eat now, because he was getting sick. I said, okay, well, let's go on then. So we went across the river and went and ate, and I did eat my carrot souffle. I didn't eat it all, but it was just a bowl of it, a little bowl. I ate a good bit of it, but I really was just feeling so bad. But I didn't want to ruin the day or evening, for him. Because in his mind, he was treating me to a special afternoon, a date or whatever. So then we went back across the river and went to the Dollar Tree so he could get juices and stuff that he likes. And that Dollar Tree has a larger selection of different types of juices. And so we got the juices he wanted and stuff, but I tell you what, he and I both were just about to collapse in there. I didn't know if we was going to make it out of there. And they were so busy. And he said, why are they so busy? And I said, all those cheap men running to Dollar Tree last minute to get Valentine's gifts. And he said, why are you looking at me? I said, because I'm talking to you. And he said, you're calling me a cheap man? I said, no, I'm not. You're not buying anything in here for me. And then we had to stand in line behind all those cheap men. And it was long lines of cheap men. They had two lines open, and they were both filled with just men trying to grab stuff for last minute Valentines. So we finally got out of there, and we got in the truck, and we were both just exhausted. Like, I don't even know how we even made it back to the truck. We were dragging so bad. I felt like I was going to collapse. And I said, let's go on home. And he said, no, you're going to Hobby Lobby. And I said, no, I don't have to today. There's not anything in particular that I need right now. And I wasn't looking for yarn anyway. I was looking at something else. And he said, no, I'm going to sit in the truck, and I need to rest anyway. So, you go to Hobby Lobby. And I was like, well, we can come another evening this week. And he was like, no. We sat there and argued about it. And finally I was just like, okay. So we went to Hobby Lobby, and I went in, and he sat in the truck. And I looked around and just enjoyed strolling around Hobby Lobby, looking at different things. I looked at all the little dollhouse miniature stuff and got a few things from that. And when I went back out to the truck, he said, you're never going to guess who I saw. And I was like, well, who? He said, Elijah. He was pulling around after he dropped me off. He was pulling around the parking lot, and Elijah was driving by and saw his truck. So he come and pulled up beside him, and they visited for about 30 minutes, he said, while I was in Hobby Lobby. So I was sad I didn't get to see Elijah, but I'm glad Jody got to see him and talk to him and stuff. So he and one of his roommates were going to get something to eat, I guess, is what they told him. And so they were probably going to IHOP, which is right close by Hobby Lobby. But anyway, then we headed home. He says, is there anywhere else you want to go? And I was like, no, I want to go home. So we headed home, and I fell asleep. I was exhausted. I slept the whole way home from Hobby Lobby. I really did. And then we got home. He woke me up, and he's like, are you okay? I was like, yeah. So we got in, got our stuff in, and we just had a couple of things that need to go in the refrigerator that we got at the bakery. So I put those in the refrigerator, made sure the dogs, Phoebe and Sissy and Sassy, the cats, had something to eat, made sure they had water, made sure Phoebe had a pee pad in the bathroom, and I said, I'm going to bed. He's like, you are? And I was like, yes. And so I felt like I barely made it to the bed. I was in the bed by 8:30. And he came shortly after that. He probably came on the bed about 9. And that is super, super early for us, like, just to go to bed. Well, sometimes I go to bed early, but then I get up later. And actually, I did get up. I got up in the middle of the night about 1 a.m. and called my best friend Angela and talked to her for a little bit before she went to work. So we both, because of her work schedule, she has odd hours, and I've kind of adjusted to her hours. And so we had a good night, though, me and Big Daddy. We enjoyed, just going out and the slow pace of just doing whatever we wanted to do, even though I felt like I was going to drop dead any moment. And, we went and ate at Piccadilly Cafeteria, and it was good. They weren't busy at all, but actually by the time we got there to eat, it was like 4 p.m. So that's kind of the off, after lunch and before the dinner rush. So it was very peaceful in there, and we just had a good time sitting and talking and chatting and, catching up on our day. And so I'll be glad when he gets that appointment with the pulmonary doctor. I want to know what he has to say, and that'll, give me some relief if he says, well, he's okay. I don't know. I just want him to check his lungs out, and I think she did order for him to go ahead and have the pulmonary test done. So maybe that'll get done before he ever sees the pulmonary doctor. So anyway, the pulmonary doctor doesn't work at our hospital every day. He is splitting his time between our hospital and a hospital in Shreveport. So he's only here like maybe 2 days a week. And he's going to see like 5 patients a day. So hopefully Big Daddy can get in pretty quickly to see him. That's my hope. But anyway, you can see the yarn room's coming together. That's what I worked on today. And I'm wore out. And really, the kids did the work. They did the work. They were the ones crawling around on the floor, emptying the bottom cubes and moving yarn for me, and going and getting other yarn and bringing it in here to fill up the cubes. So right now we were just trying to get colors in the right places, like sort of in the right row. Some of them is not. And then we are going to, next time they come over, we're going to start with, like, see the yellows. We're going to try to arrange that a little better, like ombre it or something like that. All the colors like that, but you can see the yellows real good there that needs to be done, and the pinks and reds, and not a whole lot of orange, but you know, it'll work out. We'll see what happens. But I'm loving having this yarn room. It is very I don't know the words I'm trying to find, but just to come in here and see all this beautiful yarn, it is inspiring. And right now I just want to crochet everything in the world. Everything on my bucket list, I just want to crochet it up right now. But really, I'm just too weak to do it. And so I hope to sit at my desk tonight and crochet a little bit while I watch some YouTube videos, catch up on because I didn't watch any YouTubes today because I was busy with the kids doing things, even though they weren't here a long time. But before that, I was in the bed. In the bed because I felt so bad. Anytime I go out, just like last night, just going out and doing a few things, my body just crashes for the next day or so. And that's what it's like having, you know, chronic autoimmune diseases, you know, where you are just chronically ill and you finally do something for enjoyment, but you pay for the next couple of days. And so that's where I'm at. I was already weak, you know, I had surgery, I had COVID while I had surgery. I had COVID, had surgery, still, you know, dealing with COVID, and I am so super, super weak. Exhausted, like no energy whatsoever. Like I could really just lay in the bed and get up and potty and get back in the bed. And that's probably what I'm gonna do. If I feel like I can, I'm gonna sit at my desk and crochet a little bit while I watch some videos, but I'm not gonna push it. If I'm just too exhausted to do that, I will get in the bed. Oh, goodness. Well, guys, I'm going to let you all get going. I just wanted to update you all on the progress of the room. I'm very happy with the way it is turning out. It's very lovely and very eye-appealing to me. You know, like I said, there's sections we haven't even touched yet. All that right there. So once that gets done and we get this lined up a little better, it'll even look better. So, yeah. I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you all are having a great day. Remember, it is a beautiful day to crochet, and I will see you all again very soon. Bye, friends.